accomplished all that she has. You get a day two. I mean, well-deserved. We saw the mayor being able to present her with that honor. I mean, she said it, just an emotional roller coaster, just coming back home, being able to play here again in this unique setting, and her being able to get a day named after her is such a thrilling, exciting thing for the Liberty to see, and her teammates were just so happy around her celebrating.
The steal coming. The crossover, yeah, they're working around the perimeter. Has JJ, the crossover into the lane, the finesse. Doesn't get to Jonquel Jones. Kennedy Burke into the lane all the way by herself, puts it up and in.
Well, that's exactly what they want. Off of the three-point line, she had to take on a much taller Jonquel Jones at 6'6", and then you get to stop, you push the pace, get an easy two.
But not afraid to take it into the lane, stopped right there. It's gonna go out of bounds, and there's a difference. They're really taking it into the lane. It's different from how they were in the 40 Antelopes on the night. Natasha Cloud using the screen, right to Kennedy Burke, down low to Jonquel Jones, bullying her way inside, off the glass, a little too strong, rolls right off.
Go, but perfect ISO ball down low, just finding her with the seal. Whenever she gets a one-on-one opportunity, she's got to get a touch, and they've made that adjustment here in the second half.
Ionescu calls for the screen, pulls back, oh, the pass, the turnaround jumper off the glass. My goodness, what a play from the Antelopes. Right there off the glass. Marine Johannes, no way, rebounded by Okongwu.
You take that if you're the Liberty.
Oh, the dish inside from Odenera, but not able to finish, rebounded by Kennedy Burke.
You know, they were late getting back in transition, but nice effort there from Jones.
Taking it all the way, puts her head down, muscles her way through.
Burke, get back on the scoreboard here. She's got 4 points in this one. We mentioned, had a nice showing against the Sun, showing her aggressiveness, and that time showing it off again.
Jonquel Jones on an island again. Hands it off to Miura. Misses the three-pointer. Doesn't get it to fall. It looks like that touched the top. Maybe it might have been out, but Marine Johannes grabs the rebound, tosses it down low to Jonquel Jones, and she was fouled on the pass, and Jonquel Jones is angry that she called it on that one. Sabrina Ionescu with the ball, gets it down low to Jonquel Jones, gets met with the double team, slow to kick it out. Cloud to Johannes, the floater, my goodness, that's just too easy.
That's a patient bucket. Jones doing a nice job of passing out of the double, recognizing that two defenders came first and foremost, not giving up any wide open threes, and then on the offensive end, coming back down, getting the ball inside, working inside out, back to the basics is how they've been able to get into an offensive flow.
Into the lane, scoops it up and in. Right there, me to take it to the cup.
Miura, nice job splitting defenders there with the left hand to finish.
The pass down low to Kennedy Burke, lets it fly, kaboom! Sabrina Ionescu.
Well, look at the deep three-pointer. These Oregon fans, no stranger to that. She shot a whole lot of them in Eugene. And that was a pretty one right there. The fans love to see her back in the game.
And you can see the crowd erupted after that one. An 11-point lead for the New York Liberty. Kennedy Burke, the toss all the way to Marine Johannes, but couldn't get it. Take a couple of tumbles to the ground, but Sabrina Ionescu after that one right there to Sabrina Ionescu, another one. But fouled on the three-point shot attempt. Right now she's getting into a groove. It's the second half. Why not put on the show?
Oh yeah, fouled on the heat check. And you know, this place is all too familiar for her. And just trying to get herself going within the offense, get settled in behind the emotions, and just fill it out. I mean, she's a pro. She's a vet at this point here.
Watch the Liberty at home or on the go with Liberty Live. Get 20% off the season-long price. And going back to Sabrina Ionescu, during the offseason after winning the championship, she came back to visit Oregon. The New York Liberty content team did an amazing job. Hoisted up that WNBA championship, standing ovation, not enough standing room.
Yeah, brought it back home. I mean, she's so beloved here. I mean, the fans love her because she's selfless on and off of the floor. And besides all the accolades, they said that she's the same person that she was in college. Ionescu just giving back at all times. I mean, even on this trip, held a training camp for the little kids before they went out there to practice. That's continuing to put her community first before herself out there on the floor.
Kennedy Burke over to Jalen Sharon in that Liberty Unlocked episode as well, that when you went into the team store, the Oregon team store, they said, well, Sabrina, every time someone comes in here, they're asking for a Sabrina Ionescu jersey, and she's not even in the school anymore. That just goes to show the legacy and long lasting.
Myself just a little bit. That's called vintage at this point. That's called vintage at this point. We know we had the shortened season in 2019, 2020, but a throwback from 5 years ago, the kids are looking at that as vintage now. A little nostalgia.
Ionescu to Sabali, who checks in as well. Rebecca Gardner. Down low to Sabali. Right to Ionescu. Dribble, pull-up jumper, rims out. It's a foot race. Odenera, man, she is just so fast with the ball in her hands. Lets it fly, doesn't get it to fall, rebounded by Ionescu. Over to Sabali at the top of the key, putting the ball down on the floor, driving into the lane. Doesn't get it to fall, but fouled. She's going to the line.
Well, she kind of fumbled that just a little bit, but she is so strong on the offensive end, and she does that, get to the line.
Missed the first free throw there for the national championship. I think they could have done it and went all the way.
I definitely think so. I mean, that 2019, I mean, they were 31-2 on the season. They had only one loss in the Pac-12. They had the best field goal percentage in the country. You had Satu on the team. You had Ruthie Hebert on the team, who also made it to the WNBA. They were absolutely stacked top to bottom. And then we know they went to the Final Four in 2019. And a lot of people just feel like, you know, Sabrina was robbed of that moment of, again, trying to win a championship for this team. So, I mean, they were phenomenal to watch back then.
The bounce pass to Gardner. What a sweet pass from Sabrina Ionescu. And Rebecca Gardner lays it in.
Of Ionescu, but the passing ability is definitely on point. She used to flirt with a triple-double almost every given night here in Eugene.
Giving them some flashbacks. Onodera lets it fly, and right now they have Sabrina Ionescu checks out, heads to the bench. Rebecca Gardner puts her head down, rolls out. 50 remaining here in the third quarter. And what was a close game when we were at halftime.
So far, but you know, even if they're not getting those points in the paint, seeing the ball get touches inside has been helping them generate some offense.
Oh, what a pass into the lane. Tanaka puts it up, doesn't get it to fall, rebounded by Beck Gardner. Rebecca Gardner is going to play her first season with the New York Liberty after coming back off of a torn Achilles tear. Into the lane, just a little too far off the left.
Yeah, trying to get herself in that first preseason game, 11 points. Gardner, like you said, just been battling injuries on those back-to-back years. Hurt her foot with the Chicago Sky, then the torn Achilles, joining the Liberty after that, and tried to work herself back with just really learning from this championship squad in that season.
Tanaka gets the jumper to fall. Way back into this one. 12-point lead for the New York Liberty right now, 57-45.
We can do. It's gonna be fun seeing the Liberty battle them out.
And you have that connection again from Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith. They played together at LSU. That's gonna be fun to watch out for. Ionescu, yeah, baby! Knocks it down from deep.
4 threes in this one, 17 points, and you heard the crowd standing behind her on that one.
Odom trying to go for the steal, gets loose. Oh, the fake, the dish into the corner. And the finish, no way for Tanaka. Right now, getting scrappy, ball moving around. Odom comes right back up with it. Isabel Harrison gives it up to Rebecca Gardner. Odom to Ionescu, another one. Bottoms! Sabrina Ionescu putting on a show here in Eugene, Oregon.
With 20 points right now, and that's exactly what this fan base came to see. A pretty find there. Driving and carrying two was Odom, and then kicking it to find the hot hand of Ionescu. who knocks it down.
Right now, Ionescu is letting it fly. It is the final quarter. That means it is time to put on a show as the defense, right? A smile on her face. You just seen it on the screen. You could tell that she wants the ball right back. Gardner to Ionescu. Takes the three. Doesn't get it to fall. Rebound by Tanaka. You just knew that she wanted it.
As she should. She should get a heat check and credit her teammates for finding her. This is the program leader in three-pointers, and we can see why.
Odenira outside, and Miura drills the three.
Well, they were on a cold spell before they got that three to go down there, so the Antelopes continue to come at them.
Oh, the crossover, Marquisha Davis. Doesn't get it to fall, but gets the ball right back. Sabrina Ionescu into the lane, in and out, off the glass. That was beautiful.
Well, we've seen the triples this time. She puts the basketball, controlled a little bit of an in and out dribble to create that space, and then banks it off the glass. I love that fundamentally sound drive.
Coming alive, 22 points here, 7 of 12 from the floor. 70 to 54, 7:10 remain. Oh, the crossover from Odenira. Not able to nail it. She's so quick, so shifty. Her handles are tight.
And the shortest player out there on the floor at 5'1". She has to do a little bit extra to get her shot off. We've been seeing it.
2 of 6 from three-point range. Using the screen, taking it into the lane again, but swatted out of here. That goes completely down the line to where, you know, it's not only the bigs who are long in size as well, it's the whole roster. Rebecca Gardner, oh my, swatted. From Okonkwo.
Okonkwo, nice job.
Harrison to Gardner. Gardner goes away from the screen. Sabrina Ionescu to Odom. Drives into the lane. That was a strong take by Odom, a little too strong. Thought about the three, gets it to Tanaka. Being guarded by Gardner. Behind the back. The defensive pressure by the New York Liberty, and Gardner comes up with the steal.
Great defense there. The long arms of Gardner staying down in the defensive stance, being able to knock that one away. It ends up with the steal. They forced 10 turnovers on the Antelopes.
Ionescu, oh my! Another deep three-pointer for Sabrina Ionescu.
Will you listen to that crowd? Just listen to them. They're loving to see their beloved Sabrina Ionescu back. And add a block to that.
Yeah, and I mean, the blocks you talked about, her and John Paul Jones, they are almost like the depth. You do not want to go inside. You don't want to drive on them. You know, 1.3 blocks a game for them both last season. You can only imagine the damage that they'll do this season. Trying to get the ball inside. Okonkwo couldn't hold on to it, but it's going to stay right here.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Down low, I mean, that is going to be fun to watch this season.
Barclays, official banking partner of the New York Liberty. Makes the three-pointer right there, the Toyota Antelope downtown, but that one going in, there's finally a lid off the basket for them.
Miura has been outstanding here tonight. 16 points for this season. Man, they had the hot hand in that first one, but have only hit 2 here in the second half.
Isabel Harrison off the glass, but not count. 5:08 remaining in the game. Dominique 73 to 57, and it's gonna start Saturday. What have you liked? What have you seen here from the New York Liberty that's been good so far?
Well, they've just been playing together, and you know, it's funny. It's like they were taking the thoughts out of my head there, because they did a nice job of taking care of the basketball. That's only the 5th turnover in this game here. Definitely something they wanted to clean up. First preseason game, a lot of jitters, you know, figuring out rotations. That's a part of the preseason here, and then now in game 2, you're able to build it.
They say closed mouths don't get fed, but that's sure. I may need it shipped to me tomorrow morning.
Well, this is a swaggy team. We know that. They got even swaggier. Added Natasha Clark. Izzy be having her swag. I saw her with the tail far back stepping out, you know, when she came to visit for the first time with the Liberty. Starts at the head. Brondello got some gala as well. I mean, just top to bottom. Swagginess.
74-57. Remaining in this game, fouled down low by the NBA draft for him when he got drafted, and I was looking at him up on our stage, and I'm like, you know what? This could probably...
To the Liberty from the Chicago Sky. I mean, they're expecting her to make an impact on both sides of the ball when she gets into the game.
He said New York is her favorite city in the world.
Yeah.
And right now, playing for the New York Liberty as Esmery Martinez grabs the rebound. She texts in as well for the New York Liberty.
I think New York is a lot of people's favorite city in the world, to be honest. Why not, right?
Martinez.
In front of those bright lights.
Nice pivot right there, moves the defender out the way and kisses that one off the glass and puts it in.
Martinez has been showing as well. It was really cool to see in the preseason game when she got in the game.
And that has to be very cool to have your people from your country waving the flags, letting you know that they are proud that you made it into the WNBA. That's just a moment you'll never forget in your lifetime. Out of bounds is going to stay right here with the Antelopes as well.
Yeah, right now you're just looking for effort, you know, trying to make the roster, continuing to play great defense there as they get beat. Underneath the goal there's Odom. But, you know, it's all about focusing on trying to make a roster here and effort, you know, that can't slow down no matter what the lead, what went wrong, what was the breakdown on that play.
Makes the first free throw, but now let's take a look at the season. We'll come back to that in a little bit. But 76-59 in the game. Davis. The floater off the glass, doesn't get it to fall. Rebounded by Nagata. Stolen.
Nice hands to get the deflection there. I think Akin just was able to get her hand on it, and Sherrod reaps the goods.
Odom loses the ball, driving into traffic. Nearly lost it right there, but look at the speed of Jalen Sherrod sliding onto the floor. Just the defensive pressure she brings. Oh, over the head pass into the corner, takes the three, doesn't get it to fall. Rebound by Jalen Sherrod.
Well, Sherrod just does the little things. I mean, if she's not scoring, if she's not an assist, she's just running all around, all of her effort. Effort is not in short supply when it comes to her. And you can just see she's continuing to play her heart out time and time again.
Nylon for Marquisha Davis. A 20-point lead now for the New. Everything's starting to go their way.
She's really been working on that outside shot. She took 2 of them in that preseason game against Connecticut Sun. Didn't get them to go, but again, I love the confidence here today. Continue to let it fly. Show what you've been working on to get better.
Yeah, and she had an incredible game as well against the Connecticut Sun, putting the ball down on the floor, taking it into the lane, showing us a little bit of that bag that she worked on during the offseason. Jalen Sherrod comes up with it right back to Marquisha Davis. Picked up and it's fouled. 1:55 remaining in the game.
Well, absolutely, you gotta have fun with it, and you know she loves this game. She's poured into this game, and as you see,
she looks okay and makes the first free throw.
Preseason, putting in the work, and it definitely shows that confidence out there on the floor.
Niara Sabali with the board and put back. And now, I think they called the foul on the play. Minute 45 remaining in the game. The Antelopes stayed in this one early on in the game, but things got out of hand here in the second half, and the New York Liberty started to figure it out. Niara Sabali was up, get it in at the top of the key, lets it fly off the glass, but hits nothing else.
Well, if you're Coach Brondello, that they came out defensively to slow down the Antelopes.
29, that's not something you see every day. A team that is majorly undersized winning in the rebounding battle.
Yeah, well, they're scrappy, limited them to 1 shot. That was a big reason why, just going after those old boards.
Sabali was fouled as she was driving into the lane. Earn points by watching the Liberty at Barclays Center or from home and redeem for Liberty merchandise, autographed items, and more. .com/MBR. 55 seconds remaining in the game. Into the lane. Odom swats that one away. Lets it fly from deep. Missed everything on that one, but it's saved. And Niara Sabally comes up with the ball. An 8-0 run in the last minute 50 for the New York Liberty. Sherrod down low to Sabally, working her way into the lane.
Job of Sherrod just passing it down into the paint, recognizing Sabally could finish on the other side, but just a tough one there. Too strong on the lay. Has to settle once she gets a step down low.
5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Into the corner, thought about the three, takes it all the way into the lane. And a beautiful finesse for Ngata.
Ngata been having some nice pushes into the paint there.
You hear the crowd. The ovation for the New York Liberty, and that is final 84-61. The New York Liberty